let's talk about using a subject pronoun and object pronoun. Okay, so we've talked a lot about using like object and subject, adjective, and adverb. But okay, we're gonna move on to pronoun. Basically, it's kind of the same with them, but you know, you can use a subject pronoun as a subject with sentences or clause, just like the other adjective and adverb, and it still tell who's doing something, and it is usually at the beginning of the sentences. And still, the subject pronoun use I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and object pronoun go after an adverb, action verb, and you can also use it as an object pronoun after a preposition like at, for, of, on, to, or with. The object pronoun are me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. And that's it. It's just basically the same with adjective and adverb. But when a pronoun is connected to a noun with a word and, like Rick and I or Rick and me, it can be hard to tell which pronoun is correct, Rick or me, or Rick and or I. Rick and I or Rick or me. Rick and me. So to tell which one is correct, look at the sentences without the other noun. Like I discussed the result with the teacher, or me discuss the result with the teacher. You can see which one makes sense. Or the teacher discussed the result with me, or the teacher discussed the result with I. Okay, and you can definitely see which one is correct. Also, the object pronoun me is used after the preposition with. It's only that. So let's practice. It's basically the same with adjective and adverb. So I think we already got like most of what it's going on. So yeah. Okay, please don't interfere with them and their private affair. Last night, him and his sister, okay, last night. I think it's going to be he and his sister because, like, you know, when we use him, the object pronoun, you have to be coming after an action verb. So, yeah. Okay, I see no action verb before this, but I do see prepositions. As Mary slept, Mr. Arnold wrapped a blanket around her and her doll. Because, like, in front of it, around is like a preposition. So, yeah, we would use her. An object pronouns. Carter and I pick up a dozen pizza, which we and our guests then quickly devour. Yeah. You may not remember that incident, but your father and I do. Before me would be the preposition with, and there's no with, so I. At the wedding ceremony, Lorenzo recited a poem for them and their guests. For them and their guests. For it's a preposition, so we would use and in front of and after the preposition would be like a object pronoun, so we would use them instead of they. The pilot invited him and his brother into the cockpit before takeoff. The pilot invited him. Since invited is an action verb, and after an action verb, it is the object pronoun, so we use him. For Thanksgiving dinner, Ethan and I made the gravy and a butternut squash. Since there's no like prepositions or action verb in front of this blank space, so we cannot use an object pronouns. And definitely we will use subject pronouns, because you see we would use like the subject pronouns because I here is kind of like talking about the subject, but with Ethan also it's like a compound subject. Is it true that she and her uncle moved to Somerville? Okay, we have we don't have any action verb before this blank space or any preposition, so we would definitely have to use the subject pronouns. The kayaking guide gave us and the other couple's life jacket and matching helmet. We have gave is an action verb, and after the action verb is the object pronoun, so definitely would use us. So we would definitely use us. After Jasper and Angie's amazing dance performance, they and their parents celebrated. There's two independent sentences here, and they here are used as a subject in this after independent sentences, so we definitely would use they. Just for fun, Clara drenched him and his toys with the garden hose. Drench is an action verb, and what come after the action verb is an object pronoun, so we would use him. At the tree nursery, Kurt and I help a woman carry a spruce sapling out to her car. We're using compound subjects, so we already have Kurt is the subject. So I would definitely be the subject too, because Kurt and I, two-person. And by the way, come out, there are no action verb or preposition before the space, Okay, near the end of the race, Jade sprinted past her and the rest of the pack to take first place. Okay, sprint past she, because you see, we don't have any, action verb or preposition like I saw on here. So I guess we wouldn't use the object pronoun, but we would use the subject. And we have the rest of the pack is also like a subject. So in here we would use a compound subject here. So she and the rest of the pack would do better. Oh, past her. Because the missing pronoun is the phrase here. Look at the sentence with the no. Okay. Our wedding party had a brunch with us and our parents. Gabrielle asked me to deliver a message to them and their lawyers. Greta wanted to invite Miguel's family to her party, so she sent an invitation to him and his parents. Even though we don't agree on many issues, Mr. Palmer and me and I still respect each other. After the election results were reported, she and Edgar watched the winning candidate gave an inspiring speech. The librarian granted us and one other group access to the rare documents and manuscript in the library's special collections. In the next play, we will try to tackle him and the running back. Our neighbors have been so supportive. How can we ever repay them and our other friend for all their help? The Art Society recognized another author and me and I as this month writer worth reading. I think it would be me. The judge will score us and our competitions and our competitors during one last round on the dance floor. Will score us. Nina incredible vocal vaulted her and the rest of the band to instant fame. Traveling to Peru with him and his family was the best decision I have ever made. During the talent competition, that young woman really impressed the judge, and I, with her accordion playing, impresses me, I think, would be better. And that's all.